Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another video. Lex the Great here. So, I found GURPS 3rd edition basic set out in the wild, and I wanted to give it a try as far as character creation. I know very little about GURPS. This is not a tutorial. This is not a exploration video. This is not a review of first impressions. This is strictly me attempting to create a character for GURPS. I have little experience with the process. I've watched a few videos, I've looked through the book, but that's it. I've never played this game before, and I'm very intrigued by what I've heard about this game, knowing it is a generic universal role-playing system. It's compatible with practically anything, any setting. The character sheet process, which I've again heard from videos on YouTube, actual people who have the skill set to play this game or to create the character too, that the character creation is practically its own little game inside. It is very sophisticated. There's a lot of math involved, and I'm well aware of there's an online website that can automatically do the math for you when you create the character. On this channel, at least for now, I'm more intrigued with traditional tabletop play. So I want to get that experience as this was released back in the 80s, I believe, this edition specifically. So I have a character sheet here. The prior owner of this, there was nothing, there was no character sheets in here to use, but there was the very last two pages that are kind of a quick reference guide. They have practically everything in here to reference when we're building the character, but I'm not too sure how long this video will last, and I'm not too sure what I will use this character, if I will use this character sheet in the future. But what I do want to try is learn the system moving forward, because I'm very intrigued by the complexity of the character creation process and the simplicity of the gameplay. So let's get started. Now, if you are familiar with GURPS and you're watching this video right now, I'm sure you will point things out practically every second that I am making a mistake or I'm supposed to do this and that. I may house rule a few things. I may jailbreak the game. I might not do everything involved, but I'm going to do my best to just have some fun with this and make a character sheet. So let's just choose a name first. I think for now I'm just going to choose character name will be Sarvan. Don't know yet what he'll be. If he'll be a thief or a rogue, but I definitely want to have him in a low fantasy setting. So let's jump to the character creation section of the book, which is going to be starts roughly around page 10. This book does have some water damage, but luckily it is still legible. So basic attributes. Here's an example character sheet already. This is just an introductory page here. So I'm well aware of the point system. It's a point buy system that we are given to create the character. From what I understand, 100 is average. 125, 150, you're looking at superhuman almost. So I'm going to say 150. We'll give that a shot. So let's jump to the basic attributes, so in case we missed anything here. And like I said, or like I should say, this will not be edited, so there will be a lot of dead space. I'm going to be looking through the book here. You guys are kind of on my shoulders here, enjoying the view. Let's see. We're looking for the points that we are given. I'm going to say 125 to 150 is probably above average. 100 is definitely seems to be the reference here, what it's pushing for, but we have four attributes looking at strength, dexterity, intelligence, and health. So we can buy these points. Like I said, I'm going to choose 150 to start, and then let's see, 100. I'm going to do this on the side. I'll work my way down the list here. We have 150 to start with. There's a spot for points total, point total, unspent points, but I'm going to keep it on the side here. Now, per ability, we're looking at the strength first. You can start low at 1, you can go all the way up to 20. Of course, that'll be outrageous. 175 points for 100 for 20 level. And if I'm not mistaken, there is no leveling system in this game. You don't level up. You improve the character. I'm thinking of if you're buying your skills or improving your stats. Again, I need to learn this game more, but I feel if I do the character creation process first, I can grasp it and then move on to the gameplay and some off-screen recording or off-screen play. Now for strength, how do I want to shape this character? What do I want him to be, him or her to be? I guess Sarvan is maybe a male character, so it'll be a male. Race will be human. That's what I tend have a tendency to stick to is our human characters. We have. I'm thinking, let's just do a bait. I always do a fighter or a rogue. I'm gonna just do a fighter. Just keeping it, trying to base these stats around a fight. So fighters should have a little more strength. So we're gonna do 12 for strength, which will be 20 points. Now we're at 130. And then for dexterity, I'm thinking probably average, which will cost us no points. So dexterity is 10 at level 10. Intelligence probably 11, perhaps, or maybe 10 for the same, just average. You can spare some points for the skills and advantages and disadvantages and all that stuff. Then we have health, which I definitely want to have a little higher. So we'll do 12 again. Perhaps we'll do 12, 12 will be 20 points. So once again, we'll do 12 health. That puts us down to 110. Okay, that's the four attributes, which I believe are tied to some extent for the skills. Once we get, this is the biggest section I'm noticing here. So I'm trying to keep the book in the view, you guys, just for you guys here. So I think now we move on to speed. Now speed, just get familiar with this area. We have damage, we have fatigue, we have encumbrance, we have active defenses, which looks like this area body protection is the armor essentially. Advantages, disadvantages, and quirks. This sheet is a community-made copy I found online by Aquarius Creations, GURPS character creator. So I don't know if that's affiliated with Steve Jackson Games from 1989, but looks like it's definitely fairly close in appearance to the original. Now, see, you can do children characters, your speed score, which is right here. I think it's somewhere in this area. Speed, how fast you can run is another important factor. However, your speed score is figured from your health and dexterity attributes and shows you how fast you can run without an encumbrance. An average person has a speed of 5, meaning that without any encumbrance, he can run 5 yards per second. Though he can go a little faster if he sprints in a straight line. Add your health and dexterity together. Okay. So let me grab a little just a little scratch paper here. I don't want to use up the character sheet too much. So we're looking at add your health together. So we have 12 plus, let's see here, dexterity, that's 10. That's going to be 22. All right, so 22. And then I think we have to divide that by 4. That is going to be 5.5, I believe. So the result is your basic speed score entered in the character sheet. Do not round it off. If, for instance, your basic score is 5.25, your encumbrance between 5 you encumbered movement is 5 hexes. But there will be times when a speed of 5.25 is better than 5. Okay. Okay, so we will write our basic speed, 5.5. That. Now, keep this aside for now. Leave the move box blank for now. This will show you how far you can move in each turn when carrying weapons, which we have to wait on the back here when we choose our weapons or equipment. Okay, I think that's it for now. Let's see, physical appearance. We're going to choose one of these presets. We'll do average. I don't want to do anything out of the ordinary. No bonuses or penalties of any type. This person can blend in easily with the crowd. That works for me. Let's see here. We'll do appearance. I think is on the back side. Average appearance. I thought I saw that in the original sheet at the top here. So we'll do average appearance. Okay. Average appearance, and then height and weight. Players are free to set their height and weight. Looks like there's some tables here we can reference. If our strength is at 12, we are going to be 5'11", 160 pounds. Okay, I'll put that here. 5'11", 160 pounds. All right, that works for me. Modifications. Skip that. Next is weight and status, wealth and status. So again, another average. We have average wealth. I think that's fine. It's based on your settings, so I'm going to put this here, character story. Oh, here's the appearance. I'm sorry, I missed that. Average appearance. Okay, average. And then be 5'11", 160 pounds. I'm going to keep it. Yep. All right, now we're doing wealth. We have average wealth. Nothing spectacular, but nothing terrible. Reputation. We have some examples to work off here. Maybe I should zoom in a bit for you guys. There you go. Type of reputation affects your level. There are three components to your reputation: type of reputation, people affected, and frequency of recognition. I feel like the spider is not exactly going to be popular, but not hated. I'm making this guy out to be very average, which is fine with me. I think I want to start him average out, and then he becomes reputable in some manner, which means I don't really have to do a reputation, I don't think. Probably skip this section. It would add more complexity to the game, which I probably don't want to do if I don't know this game too well. Probably could be fun, but I don't think I want to add any reputation at this point, so I'm not going to do that. It's awesome to have that as an option. Status, high status, low status. You're a servant, criminal, or slave. A high status means you're a member of a ruling class. Hmm. Again, another thing I don't want to really bother with. I like that I have at least average wealth, average appearance. I don't really want to bother with a class system or a status system. Okay, so now we're getting to advantages, which is more in line, uh, the next big step here. So we have all these points we can spend for these advantages, and we have quite a bit at the moment, 110, which is probably just enough. So I'm going to put this book in the middle of the camera here so you guys can see it, and I'll just kind of get in the way occasionally to write down what advantage I choose. Now, if I'm going to be a fighter, we want to look at what we got here. Absolute direction. You always know which way is north, and you always trace a path. That's probably a good thing to have. You follow within a path map, no matter how faint or confusing it may be. This ability does not work in environments such as interstellar space, the limbo of an astral plane, but does work underground, underwater. Okay, so we have a good sense of direction. So add +3 your navigation, your navigator skill. I like this one, absolute direction. So we're going to do this one here. This one's going to be 5 points, absolute direction. Okay, which is going to be +3 to navigator skill. So I have to keep track of, let's see, bonus mods or skills. I can't remember. I can't forget to choose that skill specifically down the road. So navigator skill is a +3 bonus. All right, +3 bonus. Okay, good. Next we have absolute timing. You have accurate mental clock. Um, no, acute hearing. You get bonus for your hearing roll. Perhaps. I think that would be good for a rogue or a ranger. Acute taste, acute vision. Alertness is probably a good one. Let's do this one. A general bonus when you get an any sense roll, or when the GM rolls against your IQ to see if you know something. This advantage can be combined with any or all roll of acute senses. Costs 5 points for each +1 bonus. Let's do that one. Alertness. Alertness looks like it's also 5 points. Yep, 5 points per level. So we'll just do +1, and that's going to be a bonus to any. Let's see, any and all acute senses. So acute senses skills +1 bonus. All right. Let's see. Next we have ambidexterity. You can use both hands with equal skill. No, I'm going to pass on that one. Attractiveness, we're not going to worry about that one. Charisma, political investment. Combat reflexes, that is a must. I believe that's a good one to use. So combat reflexes, that's going to be a pricey one, 15. Combat reflexes. You have extraordinary reactions and are very rarely surprised no more than you get a +1 to any active defense in combat. You can also get +1 to any fast draw skill, which we don't have to worry about. Plus to any fright check. Okay, so this gives us. Maybe I should write down these bonuses. So navigator spell for absolute. Let's see, +3 for nav. Alertness was +1. So we have acute senses +1. Combat reflexes. That's going to give us. So we have. I don't need this anymore. We have +1 at active defense in combat, so that will give us a bonus here. Active defenses, block, move. So I believe I have to note that here in combat. I might just make up a rule as I go. I'm going to do +1. Reflexes would be parry or dodge. I'm thinking movement. So +1. That's +1 in active defenses, so 80. And then we have fast draw, which I'm not using the setting, and then +2 for fright check. Your side gets +1 initiative rolls to avoid a surprise attack, or +2 if you are the leader. You personally get +6 on any IQ roll to wake up or recover from surprise or mental stun. There's a lot to this one. That's why it makes sense why it's so expensive. So I'm going to run out of room if I might have to go beyond this box here, which I think I probably can do. Okay, so let's keep going with this. +1 to AD, +2 fright check, and then we have +1 to initiative rolls to avoid a surprise attack. I don't see that as an option here, perhaps. Move, hits taken, +1 to initiative rolls. So INT roll, and then get +6 on any IQ roll to wake up or to recover from a surprise mental stun. Okay, so how to translate that? +6 IQ equals would be to wake up, recover. I'm going to say recover. Okay. Next, common senses. Anytime you start doing something the GM feels is stupid, he rolls it around your Q. Danger senses. Let's do that. Get a little spider sense here. Get a little greedy on these points here. Probably should cut back. So we have 10 already, which is 100 down to 100. 15, 30. So we're already down to 70. I think I might need to cut back on that. So I'm going to just stay at 85 for now, and then not get the danger sense. Let's see, immunity to disease, empathy, high pain tolerance. That's, ooh, I still have all the skills I'm gonna buy. Intuition. Let's see. Longevity, 5 points. Your lifespan is very long. You will fail aging rolls on a natural 17 or 18. Only on a 17 or 18. Character with this advantage gets no points by taking age as a disadvantage. Okay, let's skip that one. 5 points per rank. Military rank. Night vision. Rapid healing. Oh, that interesting. Let's look at this one. Rapid healing. Uh, we have this advantage is only available in your basic. If your basic health is 10 or above, which it is, you recover rapidly from all kinds of wounds whenever you roll to recover lost HT health, or when you roll to see if you can get over a crippling injury. Add 5 to your effective HT health. This ability does not help you get over being stunned. Okay, so recovering we would add effective HT. I like that one. Rapid healing. Let's try that. 5. So this equals recovery, all kinds of whenever you recover lost health, or when your roll is get over quickly. Add 5 to your effective health. So I'm going to say if I'm changing the rules here, +5 additional healing. I guess I should just say +5 on healing, +5 HT. Yeah, that makes sense. All right, so basically that would be additional when healing. All right, all right, that's good. Reputation status, strong will, 4 points per level. You have much more willpower than the average person. Your level of will is added to your IQ when you make a will roll, including any attempt to affect your diplomacy. Fast talk, sex appeal, interrogation. If you have 3 levels of strong will, any enemy spy is trying to seduce you. The GM rolls a contest of skills. The spy selects skill versus your IQ. But yeah, +3 in contest become a cost 4 points per 1 plus level. That I don't know. Again, like I said, I want to save my points here. That was 5. Now I'm down to 80. I'm gonna pass that one up. Wealth, voice, okay. Unusual background, allies, languages. Okay. So I have a few. We have 4 of them. That's fine. Now we're gonna do disadvantages. Yeah, the question is, will I do any disadvantages? Let's see. I'm not over 50. I haven't really even gotten the age yet. Let's choose an age. I haven't decided on one yet. I'm gonna do probably. I'm guessing probably have to erase this part because this is not supposed to be here. Let's do an age of maybe we are 25 years old. 25 years old. Okay. Disadvantages: poverty, primitive, odious personal habits, bad sight status, social stigma, reputation, which is another page, age, blindness, bad sight. These do give you points back. I am aware of that. Color blindness, deafness, dwarfism, epilepsy. Wow, hard of hearing. Let's see, mute. Well, that'll be a heck of a disadvantage. These are all I might pass on. Code of honor, bully, berserk, diction, pacifism. I'm a fighter. That wouldn't make sense. That'd be kind of actually interesting to play on, but a fighter who's a pacifist. Shyness, mental disadvantages. There's a lot here. Duties, enemies. Okay, I'm gonna skip all those. Quirks, let's see if I'm gonna even bother. Let's see what we got for quirks. Skills. Okay, so here's the big one. Now I know about the doubling skills based on your age, but this is the part that I feel like will take the longest and will probably gonna be probably will be the most cumbersome for me. All right, let's take a look. A skills apart to common knowledge, judo, molecular physics. All right, so roll 3 and 4 is a success. 17 and 18 is an automatic failure. Learning skills. Learn to learn a skill. You must spend a character points. The cost of skill depends on the type of difficulty. Let's see. When first creating a character, you use character points to buy. Let's see, instant characters. Maximum number of character points the starting character can use is equal to twice their age. So for here, I'm going to jump this over to the right, and this will be for skills. That's how much I'm going to spend. And then we have obviously, let's see, 6, 7, 8. We have 30 left over for all other. Okay. No cash expenditures needed for skills that a character starts with. Let's see, GM. Okay, sorry, just had to adjust my camera a little bit better. There we go. Much better. Okay, perfect. I hope it looks good for you guys too. Now, skills. We have 50 points to spend based on our 25 age. Don't know how far I'm doing, or I don't know how I'm doing so far per the rules, but I feel like I'm making some progress. Again, don't judge me. Choosing prerequisites. Some skills have prerequisites, usually other skills. This happens when you mirror advanced skills based on points cost for skills. The following table shows the character point cost to learn 2 types of skills, physical and mental, each level. For a detailed example of skill selection, see page 70. The first column shows the skill level you are trying to obtain relative to the controlling ability, dexterity, physical skills, IQ, and mental ones. If your dex is 12, then a level of dx minus 1 would be 11. Okay. Yep. Would be dx would be 12 plus 1 will be 13, so on. The next column shows the points start learn skills of difficulties, different difficulties. Easy, average, hard, very hard at the level. Harder skills take longer. That costs more. Okay, so we have to now. This is the chart, which is actually also on. I have to shuffle a few things here to make room for it. There we go. Okay, right here. Those 2 separate pages I had already torn out. This is the section that shows all the points on these, all the skills on these two. These are summaries of all the points, but we will use the book. I will use this page for a quick reference of the bank, the spending system. So I'm guessing we're doing easy. I don't quite know the difference between easy, average, hard. I really don't. Difficulty, skill to learn, because they're all the same. It doesn't make sense. So DX plus 4, 16, 24, 32. What essentially is the difference? I'm sure, like I said, I'll be corrected on that. People who are familiar with GURPS, but I'm going to base on easy, unless it's oh maybe it's the difficulty of creating your character for the game. Perhaps if you're playing easy, hard, I'm thinking that's what it might mean. But in any event, let's jump to the skills. So skill level, mediocre, well trained. So average is 10. Team 10 seems to be the sweet spot for a lot of things. All right, I think I want to jump over the skills here. So we have animal handling, packing, writing, teamster, veterinary, artist, bard. Let's see, dancing. A lot of these things are for modern, which is fine, makes sense. Artistic skills, athletic skills. Okay, so we definitely need acrobats. All right, so now we're going to doing our skills here. Acrobatics, acrobatics. All right. Will be a DX minus 6. The point cost will be based on the chart, so we're going to put this one up pretty good. I have 50 points to spend, so if I'm going to do DX, we're going to do DX for 2, so 4 points on this one. So I see it defaults to 6. So I don't even have to write that part. I have to write down what I want. Plus 2. Point cost will be 4. That gives us a level of plus 2 on our dexterity, which is 12. So if I'm not mistaken, for success rolls or for checks, you basically have to roll within that, plus if there's a modifier in difficulty. That's acrobatics. Breath control, bicycling, free fall. The ability to handle yourself in a free fall, zero gravity environment. I'm jumping. We definitely need jumping. So we'll do that. See jumping page 28. Hmm. Okay, let's jump to 28. Or 88, sorry. Jumping. Character development. Jumping. Let's see. Climbing, jumping. Most cases you wouldn't want to jump over something. GM says, okay, jump over it. All right. So it says there's no default, but we will put a score on it. Jumping. This is a trained ability to use your strength to use to its best advantage when you jump. When you attempt to jump, difficulty jump, you may substitute your jumping skill for your strength or dexterity. I have a better strength, so I will use I will use strength. So we're gonna mod this to strength plus. We'll keep it. Oh, there is no physical. Right. Okay, I'll just give that strength. I guess that's it. There's no points for it required, but I will keep it listed. We'll come back to that one if I need to. All right. So no points required for this one. Parachuting, riding, running. We'll definitely need that. Running. And then the skill is based on health, not dexterity. It represents training on sprints. Okay, so there's no chart for this one. I don't see one. Mental and physical. Okay, so this one's another one I think that we already know. If you have studied the skill, divide your skill level by 8. Don't round down, and add a result to your speed for the purpose of calculating your move score for the purpose of using move maneuver on land. Okay, If you have a running skill of 18, your speed increases by 2.225. So running, we're going to, this was a tad confusing. It's not, it's based on health, which is 12. Okay, so I'll write that down 12, I guess, here. If you have studied the skill, interesting. So we'll do, it says hard though, so I can't use this one. I'll just put down 12. I really don't know how to read that one, but I'm just based on that. Okay, probably, I probably did that wrong, but I'm gonna go with it. Narratively, I might just have that character run. If I'm gonna solo this kind of game, I'll just say character runs. I probably won't have to roll for it. Skiing, sports, swimming, throwing. That's gonna be it's a general ability to throw whatever you can pick up. It helps both accuracy roll against your throwing skill, but to throw anything you can lift. Add the strength of one determining distance to throwing things. There is a little point to learn a weapon in addition to throwing. Well, I'm gonna put it in either way. And if you do not have the skill, roll against DX3 when thrown. Now I do have the skill, so no default. So we have to train this one. I'm guessing it's dexterity. Because I think it's tied to a weapon, if I'm not mistaken. First, let's just general ability, throw whatever you can pick up. Left and distance and that. See, throwing things. There is little point to learn a throw weapon skill in addition to throwing. Learn the weapon skill instead if you want to specialize without spending too much time in practice. Okay, I'll keep it there. I'm going to base it on my dexterity of 10. So running will be strength, dexterity will be throwing. Maybe I can improve it. I just really don't know. I might be generalizing this too much, and that's quite all right with me at the point. All right, throwing, combat, weapon skills. So this will be interesting. We're a fighter, so we're going to have to know a lot. Axe, mace, DX minus 5. Okay, so that's going to be axe, mace. We're going to probably do above average for this one. There's no points for these two here. We're going to be doing +2. I think that's dexterity, right? Yep. Dexterity, it's average. So, oh, I see now. I think I see now. So it says average, easy, average. I have to buy it from that makes sense, from the column. I think I've been doing that so far. If I haven't, I apologize, but that does make sense to me now. I don't know how I missed that. So easy. Physical average. Okay, so we have to buy this with average points. So +2 would cost 8. My gosh, I'm gonna do 2 on this one. So dexterity of +2. Plus no, +1 for 2 points. So dexterity will increase for this one to 12. Oh, sorry, 11. Okay, that does make sense now. I was a little confused by that. Seems to be pretty easy confuse. It seems easy to confuse me anyways in these videos. Uh, but I like that. Okay, that actually makes more sense. Axe throwing, which I built throwing and balanced. We talked about this earlier. I'll try it. Default's a DX minus 4. It's easy, so it's an easy point. Axe throwing. Yep, we'll try it. Axe throw, period. This is DX. Let's see what this will be easy. So I'm going to do DX plus. I'll just do DX normal for this one. So it's 1 point. 1 point. So we'll do +1 over your dexterity, which is 11. I'm sorry, 10. Go. Okay, next is going to be battle suit. Oh, powered armor. This is not. This isn't Fallout. Beam weapons, blackjack, physical easy, ability to use a blackjack or sap. Weapons good only in close combat. Most often use surprise attacks. That Uh, I don't know. Let's try it. Blackjack. Physical, easy. Okay. This is dexterity. This will be easy. So we're doing dexterity plus. Let's just do let's do normal. So this is 1 point. 1 point, which will be 10, based on our current dexterity score. Okay, so far we spent 8 points. We're still well above. We still have enough to keep going here. Blowpipe, black powder. Let's see. No, I'll skip that one. Bow. Bow might actually be good. I know I'm a fighter, but I want to be able to pick one up if I need to. Bow is hard though. So do I actually want to try this? Hard is going to be 4 points to keep it normal. Okay, so dexterity, 4 points, normal. That's 10. Okay, I'm taking a risk on that one, but we'll try it. Fast draw, broadsword, brawling. Brawling might be actually good. Brawling. It's easy, so dexterity will be, there's no default. Oh, so I can assign it to strength, I guess, right? If it says no default. Strength, I will do, oh, I guess I can't because there's no math for it. I'm going to do dexterity on that one. No default. What does it say here? I'm probably misreading that. There's a skill for of unscientific rowing and punching close combat. When you attack with bare hands or feet, roll versus brawling skill to hit. Add 1/10 of your brawling skill round down to the damage you do. When you defend with bare hands, you must parry twice per turn. Wow, this is unnecessarily complicated. I'm not going to do this one. Skipping that one. Broadsword. That's definitely something in this guy's wheelhouse. Broadsword. Broadsword. We definitely want to use swords in general. Let's see. The default's Dex 5, so we want to do Dexterity. Plus, this is going to be average. So average up here is off camera. Let's bring it to the camera. We have average 8 points. I want to spend a lot for this one. 8 points. That gives us +2 on top of dexterity, which is 12. Now, moving on. Crossbow. Okay, buckler. Use a medieval style buckler. Small shield held in the hand or strapped to the arm. That's actually pretty good. I like that. Buckler. This will be easy. So dexterity with plus. Um, we'll do plus 1 point. So 1 point for average, 10. Next is crossbow faster fencing. I know that one will come in handy. Fencing. There we go. This is default dexterity -5, but we're going to upgrade that because the rapier is one of my favorite weapons to use. Small sword, light thrusting weapon. This will be average, so we're looking at spending at least 2 points to keep it average. 10. Let's see, what's our total so far? We should be good. Gunner, force shield, force shield, force shield, force shield, force sword, flail. Ability to use unbalanced weapons with the head attached to the handle by chain. Probably. Oh, a flail? Maybe. Well, I'll put that in there, but I'm not going to focus on it. This will be dexterity, but we're going to keep it at the default. It's default D -6, which we don't have that low, but I'm going to go up to the very top free tier plan. So dexterity -2, which is no points. That's going to be 8. All right. Next is force shield. Ability to use a force shield and an ultra tech. Oh, we can't do that. All four swords. A typical four sword looks like a flashlight. Handles, we can't do that either. It's not for the context. Gunner, can't do that. Guns, judo, karate. Knife, we want to do that. There we go. Defaults to dexterity -4. So we want to do dexterity. This is going to be easy, it says. We'll do 4 points for this guy to bring it up to dexterity +2. That's going to be 12 for this one. Knife, looking at throwing knife. I think throwing knife might be not a focus, but we'll try it. So throw knife. That's going to be dexterity. Let's see. This is going to be easy also. I'll keep it at normal. So DX, that's 1 point. That's 10 with our dexterity currently. Okay, next is going to be lance. I think a lance would be fine. Maybe not entirely a focus, but we'll have it as a backup option. Defaults to spirit -3, dexterity for others -6. This is going to be average, it says. So average cost will be for normal 2 points. Dexterity for normal 2, then 10 for the level. Lasso, no. Net, ability to fight with a net as a weapon. A throw can be dodged but not blocked or parried. As successful roll, the victim is enfolded. 3 successful rolled at DX -4, not necessarily consecutive. Are required to remove a net. Use both hands. No default. Let's try it at. If I keep saying no default, I'm guessing I'm gonna just spend it as a wish. I don't really know. DX -4. It says right there, I guess. Hmm. A small net. I really don't see a net being part of my character's repertoire. They'll use very long pole arm. We won't do that. Combat, weapon skills. All right, so we're still in that area. Good. Let's switch over a bit. There we go. Shields, definitely want that. Want that to be really good, actually. So we're gonna let's total our points up so far. So 4, 6, 7, 8. That's 12. That's 20, 21, 22, 23. See 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31. So 31. Okay. Shield will be easy. That's going to be cost. I'm going to do this a good one of plus 8 points for +3 on top of dexterity. I think that's probably good. So DX +3, which will cost me 8 points. That puts, wow, 18. Okay. So that's actually probably, hmm. No, I'm sorry, not 18. What am I doing? That's the points. 13. There we go. It cost 8 points. Okay, I'm like, why am I so maxed out already? Shield. Do. Abilities to use a medieval type of shield, practice riot shield, or police riot shield, modern term, are an item. The skills necessary to attack with a shield, however, the passive defense from a shield, 1.4 points, protects the carrier even if it doesn't know how to use it. The X defense from a shield, your block scores half of your shield skill. Okay, thus you can block much better if you study the shields than if you're using default skill. Okay, so I'm reading this right. The skill is necessary to attack, but I'm more concerned about the passive defense, which is right here on the hands or the arms. Here's a shield. That defense from a shield, your block score is half of your shield skill. Oh, okay. So block score, shield half. Interesting. Our half our shield skill is, well, half the 13 will be 7, 6.5. I'm gonna round up to 7. So thus you can block much better if you have studied the shield than if you're using your default skill. Average dexterity, person's dexterity is 10, so this default shield skill is 6. And his block score is only 3. Okay. Hmm. pause the video for a second. So I'm a little confused as usual by the shield concept. So I'm going to go to page 50, which is, oh, which is actually back. Page 50. Force shields. This is for ultra high tech. Anyone who has a shield skill may use a force shield after only 1 hour of practice. Anyone skill with force shield. I think I'm not reading the right setting here. Huh. Interesting. So I think I'm going a little too far in this one. Shield. Okay, I'm going to keep it simple. I'm not going to worry about the block for now. Next, I'll do short sword. I won't spend too much time on that one. Short sword. Okay. Go. Short sword is going to be dexterity. All right, so we'll do, this will be one of our go-to weapons. We want to keep this good. Plus 4. That's 16 points. Maybe too much. Let's do plus 2 at 4 points. That's going to be 12. All right, short sword is done. Next, we have sling, a staff. Just skip that one. Spear. We'll definitely do a spear. Oh, you know what? I did the short sword off of easy. I need to do average points. My apologies. Average plus 2 would be 8 points. That's still worth it. All right, so I started my calculations down here. Okay, so currently I have six. I think I have 6 points left. I think I did some of the math wrong, but I'm gonna keep going. Spear. We'll try a spear. This will be dexterity of average. So we'll do -2. I don't want to spend any points yet on this one. That'll be 8. No points to spend. Spear throwing, we're not going to do that. Staff, no. Throw weapon, probably. We'll do that. Throw weapon. Weapon. Dexterity for this one is going to be. We'll do -2, but we have it just for now. And next is two-handed sword, two-handed axe, mace. I'm going to do two-handed sword. Two-handed sword. This will be DX. Definitely one of our. I have 6 points left, and we're almost at the top. I think I'm the very. Yep, that's it. So I should spend all my points on this one. My remaining points. So this is average. DX 6 points gets me. Shoot, only 4. Okay, well that's where we'll have to be. So 4. That's 11. All right. Well, I have one more point to spend somewhere else. I'm thinking. Let's check. Let's check. What else can I spend it on? I have. Let's see. We have spear. The flail, I was thinking about that one. Blackjack, ace, axe throwing, spear. 1 point. I'll do spear. 1 point to bring that up to -1. Because that's, I think spear is average. Yeah. So spear will be, we'll do -1 to become -1. Yeah, 1 point. That brings up to 9. Okay, there we go. Two-handed, whip, crafting, we're not going to worry about that. Language skills. All right, so we don't have any more points left. I use it all for physical items. Language skills, we just know common. I'm not going to worry about any other language. Outdoor skills, medical. I probably should have saved some points for all these other things I need. Shoot. Okay, well, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna cheat and carry more points over from 20. I'm gonna put 20 more from my bank. I'm cheating. I'm gonna do that. Okay, so diagnosis, first aid. We definitely want to do that. First aid. This will be IQ of, let's see, it's gonna be easy. I'm surprised. That's gonna be IQ easy. We'll do a, our IQ is 10. We'll just do 1 point for 10. Okay. Next is physician, mental hard. We're gonna skip that. Hypnosis, definitely not that. Climbing, outdoor skills. We have climbing? We don't. I thought I did. Okay, we'll do climbing. This will be dexterity. It says here we'll do, I have, let's see, we'll put a little line here. There we go. That's where I start my new point expenditures. Climbing will be dexterity at its average. So we'll do 2 points for the default 10, or for the our score over here at 10. Fishing, hunting, probably. Let's do not fishing, navigation, survival. That's a big one. Tracking, that's more for a ranger. Professional skills, not gonna worry about. Oh yeah, computer operations. We'll certainly do that. We'll get our A plus certification for a fighter. Let's see. We have scientific skills, science skills. Nothing of this stuff I think will qualify for us. Social skills might come in handy. Let's see what we got to choose from. Bard, diplomacy, fast talk, gambling. Leadership might be good. Default strength 5. So, oh, leadership. If I'm a solo character, I might not even bother with that. So I'm gonna skip that. We're not a thief. Social skills, politics, public speaking, tactics. That would be a good one. Strategy and tactics. Let's do sex appeal. Let's do strategy, which is hard. They're both hard actually. So I'm gonna spend this wisely. This ability to plan military actions or tactics, ability to outguess the enemy. That's gonna be the one. Tactics. Like that. And then dexterity or IQ. It's hard. So what do I got to spend here for IQ? On hard. 4 points. Okay, just to keep it normal. At 10. Okay. So that's 7 points spent out of 20. Then I'll throw it back to my pile. Acting, climbing, these are thief skills, spy skills. Detect lies might come in handy actually. Demolition. Ooh, they blow things up. Well, acting, climbing, forgery, disguise, detect lies. I like that one. I'll jump the shark here and try that one out. We'll do detect lies. That's going to be IQ of 6 or IQ. Sorry, I didn't see what the difficulty. Hard. IQ we'll do 4 points for normal. Okay. Escape, dexterity, that's hard. I rather fight. Thief, intelligence, so lip reading, interrogation, poisonous pickpocket, these are all the thieves. Vehicle skills, not worry about that. Okay, so there we go. These are all the skills I chose. I have, let's do a math here. 8, 10, 11. So we're back down to, we only have 9 points left. Okay, 9 points to spend. Now, equipment, money. The first question, of course, is how much money you have. 189 is where we have some examples. So let's put our character sheet aside. Let's see what we got here. Economics. We have roads, buying and selling. You know what? Actually, I remember now. I was going to just give my character equipment, but nothing crazy, nothing like super uh, fancy, just very basic needs. So we'll skip this part where it tells you what you can get. We can do the money. We do need to know how much money we have. Chapter 22, which is going to be page 189. All right. I think it was mentioned in our class system if we were average wealth. I'll say we have 100 gold pieces right down here. Okay, that's fine. I'll just keep it simple. 100 gold pieces. Clothing, armor. We're going to get to this now. We have to weigh it too. So, armor types. We have passive. PD is passive defense. Armor that is smooth and hard. I might combine these together just for the heck of it for the game. The answer is just combining it to actually resemble armor to simplify the game just a bit. I know some people might be like, "Oh, come on, really?" Well, I'm going to do that. Damage resistant DR. I might list them separately, but I'm going to combine it in the long run. So we're going to have padded cloth armor or light leather armor. Let's have TLs for the level, tech level. Let's do light leather armor. So let's see. Light leather armor. This is valued. This is PD at 1-1, so we're looking at $108. Its value, weight is going to be 14. Let's see. That gives us PD of, this would be for the body. So 1, 1. Okay. Next we have basic equipment. I know this is a D6 game or a 3D6 game, so all the dice I believe is represented by 3D6. Damage type and bonus, choosing your shield. All right, so we have where is the weapons? I think it's somewhere on the sheet here. Basic weapon damage. Choosing your weapons. Let's check the reference sheet here. We have all these. I know there was a section for weapons. Oh, that's right. I got to look in the index for weapons we can choose. Let's see. That's going to be in the back. So my character to the side. We'll go back to the book. Glossary. Weapons. Weapons is page 208. Okay. That's what I passed. There we go. That's what I want. All right. So now we're going to do weapons. Hell yeah, I got automatic weapons here, rifles, shotguns. We need weapons that are for our theme. I know that's modern, ultra high tech, ancient medieval armor, fantasy medieval equipment. Here we go. Medical gear. Let's get some equipment first. First aid kit. That's +1 to first aid skill. Okay, so simple first aid kit. This will give us, let's see, this will give us +1 for first aid. That. Actually, I'm going to write that in the later on like this. +1 first aid skill. There we go. That's $30, 2 pounds. Cash kit, doctor's black bag, food, traveling rations, 1 meal of dry. We'll do three of those rations times three. That's going to be two, four, $6. Then we're looking at a half pound, so pound and a half, 1.5, six. There we go. Medical gear, we got that. Equipment for clothing, cord, heavy rope, a rope, 10 yards. Let's do that. Rope, 10 yards. And that's going to be 5 pounds, $25. $25, 5 pounds. Tools. Oh, we definitely need lock picks, iron spike. Let's do lock picks here. Ordinary quality, weight negotiable, $30. Let's do, I won't worry about the weight. Lock picks. Tools, 6 foot pole, pick shovel. We'll do a crowbar. That's 10 pounds, $8. Outdoor equipment, personal basics, things nobody but an idiot leaves home without. Group basics. Hmm. Torch, we'll definitely do that. We'll get a few of those actually. I'll get times three. Burns for 1 hour each. So that's gonna be $369. And then that's 1 pound each, so it's 3 pounds. Tent, blanket, fishing, sleeping bag, no freezing weather, transportation, running animals, food. All right, the rest of this is just modern. So we gotta go back to weapons for fantasy. There we go. That's the area I was looking for. It's literally a page behind. All right, we have the following. We're gonna do a look for a broadsword. So we'll do broadsword. That's going to be $500. Maybe this is all the stuff we looted. 3 pounds. Okay. Broadsword has a cut type. So we gotta go up here and write the stuff down. Broadsword. Oh, yeah, character name was Sarvan. Yep, Sarvan. So I just forgot about that. Broadsword type is a cut. Amount is going to be swing plus one. The reach is one. The strength for it, minimum strength is 10. Notes, no notes, it says. Nothing. Parry, it doesn't say anything about that. So what damage does it do? It says S1 plus one damage. Swing plus one. So I'll have to learn about calculating damage, but I'm not there yet. I'll just write down what it says and we'll move on. Next is the rapier. I want to get that from the beginning. Oh, I gotta write that down too, right here. So first down here, rapier. This is gonna be $500. Wow, we'll just do 2 pounds. Maximum damage. All right, so now we go back to the top here. The type, I'm guessing it will be an imp here. Impalement. TR, so that's a thrust plus one. reach, 1 and 2, whatever that means, 1 or 2 yards. 500. That's no strength, no minimal strength. Maximum damage is 1d plus 1. Max 1d plus 1. So d6 plus 1. Okay, now we need a sword, actual sword, short sword. Let's do a short sword. This will be $400. It's 2 pounds. All right, so we'll put this up here. Oops, short sword. Type. Short sword is going to be, let's see, cut with a swing move with 1 reach, strength of minimum 7. Sabers can be used with sword skirt skill. Okay. Sabers included. Sabers 2, it says. I'll put that down. All right, now, anything else? I have two-handed weapons. I'm going to do a two-handed weapon. We'll do a two-handed. Let's do a warhammer. Yep. Okay, warhammer. This will be uh $100. Wow, much cheaper. And it is going to be 8 pounds. So now we go up here, warhammer. Type, it is going to be an impalement. SW plus 3, whatever that means. Swing plus 3. The reach, 1, 2 asterisk for some reason. What's the asterisk mean? Weapons are listed. Cost, number of a slash cost per shot. Okay, I'm not going to worry about that. The strength of it is minimum 13. Its notes, 1 turn to ready, may get stuck. Okay, I'll just worry about 1 turn to ready. It takes a turn to ready. Okay, again, I still have a lot to learn about this game as far as the gameplay aspect. Now, weapons we are done with, I think. No range weapons for yet. We'll pick one up if we loot. Skills, we gotta go forward a little bit. Complete our character, which we're pretty close to, I think. We gotta figure out this part, which I am going to assume it's a little tougher. Shields. Basic weapon damage. Let's take a look here. Strength the attacker. So our strength is, I'm just curious how this works. So my strength of attacker is 12, so I'm going to be right down here. Thrusting attack. Oh, I see, if I'm reading this right. So strength. So if I'm using my short sword, a swinging attack would be 1d plus 2. And at that minimum strength of 7 to use, I think. So it would be a 60 plus 2 with a swing. Interesting. Okay. So, which is short sword. I have to calculate damage with this. So basically, I think this is where I get my damage calculated. Swing would be 1d plus 2. Thrust would be 1d minus 1. Uh, I believe I'm doing that right. I hope I am. That's a quick reference, I think, for the chart covering higher levels of strength, it says. But then the weapon itself might involve a bonus. So swing, rapier. So short sword just says the swing, which is this. The rapier thrust is this, +1 on your level. So if you are a -1, which I am, I would add a +1 to that, and I'll be at 0. So just a D6. Well, the weapon itself mods it. So interesting. Okay. Broadsword is level 10, which is a 1D, but it has a swing of +1. The amount is that the attack roll? That's a basic weapon damage. Again, I'm just speculating. I will learn this in watching videos online or just reading on this and go from there because I'm kind of quickly going through this with you guys. Let's go through here. Types of shields. So encumbrance. I never give myself a shield actually. I just realized that. I have armor. Let's get a shield. So we'll do a shield. Let's get back to the 208 here. Modern, ancient. These are weapons. Looking for shields. Modern and ultra. Ancient medieval armor. Okay, so I don't see anything regarding shields. I'm gonna have to reference from here. So what I'll do is add it. Let's just do a large. Let's do a medium shield, passive defense. A medium shield costs $60. It's 15 pounds. Okay, that's passive defense of 3, which is on our hand. Passive defense on hands. Okay. Two kinds of shields. Improvise. Passive defense amount of contributes to your defense roll, even if you have no idea how to use a shield, which we have a bonus for, +3 up here, so 13. Remember that. Dodge. So it might add to our block. So our current block is at 4 with our DR defense rating of 1. Encumbrance, we gotta figure this out. We have encumbrance levels. I might not even track encumbrance, to be honest. Move. I don't think I'm going to worry about that just yet. 5.5. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to worry about that. I need to learn more about the game. Your move score. So that is the part, how fast you can move. Well, to be honest, let me just look through this just for a second. So your encumbrance is total weight you carry relative to your strength. Well, let's calculate our weight. I'm going to pause the video and just add this up. Okay, so 65 is how many pounds I have. Encumbrance levels. 60. Looks like it's light. If my strength is at 12, which is here, 60 pounds would be between light and normal and medium. Okay, so let's figure that out if it does have an effect on the move, which it looks like it does. Normal, so encumbrance. All right, so recording encumbrance on your character. Copy the encumbrance levels for your strength into the blanks in the encumbrance box left center. Okay, let's see, copy them from your strength and blanks. For instance, if your strength is 15, you will list 30 in no encumbrance space. All right. So this basically tells us our limits of what we can handle. Hmm. Okay, so just based on the low reading here, my strength is 12, so I have 24 for none, 48 for light, 72 for mid, heavy for 144, 244, 240 for heavy. This, I'm guessing how it calculates our moves. So you're effectively not covered. That means no encumbrance. I see. We become encumbered if we have, which we do have more than 60. 65. So we have light encumbrance. We're just over light encumbrance. Whenever it becomes necessary to check encumbrance, you can refer to this box and find out how much you carry. Your move score. So basically, your move is a distance in yards you can actually run in 1 second. To find your move, add up the total weight in your weapons possessions box. Compare this to encumbrance levels you marked down. This will tell you what your actual encumbrance is. Okay, so our move is, I think, 0, 1 times that. Hmm. Okay, so it says here, encumbrance, weight up to twice strength, no encumbrance, you have no penalty. Weight up to 4 times strength, one encumbrance, move penalty of 1. So 1, weight up to 6 times the medium brace, that's 2, 3, 4. So currently we're right here, just about, let's say 1.5 essentially. So I'm going to think that 1.5, yep. So based on this example, he circled this one, 2 times is 24. So we're right here. We're just in between the two. So he has his move. Our basic speed is 5.5. So we have a penalty goes down 1.5 that says round off. So our speed drops to 4, I believe. So your move is in the distance you can actually run in 1 second to find your move, add up the total weight. Compare this to the encumbrance levels you have marked down. This will tell you what your actual encumbrance is. Now subtract your encumbrance penalty from your score, your speed score, which is here. Round down, this result is your move score. Actual, always a whole number, not a fraction. Okay, so 1.5 round down is 1. So our penalty is going to be light. So we'll circle this one here. So we're down to 5. We're down to 4. Oh, it's always around, so 4.5, so it's 4. We took a huge hit here. I believe I'm doing that right. 1.5 or 1. I'm not doing 1.5, so 1. That's 4.5, so round down is 4. Okay, that's the move score. How fast you move, when you move realistic. Okay, so I believe I got that so far correct. Passive direct, the shields, we got that calculated. So 5 is our active defenses, parry, block. Okay. It's almost finished the point you should have filled in most of the character sheet, checking your math, be sure everything is accurate. Recreated. Well, just for the heck of it, today's date is my last day of September, so 9/30/24. We have unspent points of 9. Let's see, sequence. We spent about 150. And then pass the defense, the first blank. So let's make sure we got everything right here. Encumbrance, you got that. Passive defense, first blank is for your armor. All leather jacket, torso armor should be passive defense. He has no shield, no magical, so his total passive is 1. Passive defense, but you got that. The parry box is usually filled with half your best weapon score, round down. Okay. So that's the part I'm questioning here is the dodge, parry, and block. Parry, let's see, depends on the weapon we're using. So, uh, retracing my steps here, making sure I got everything. The basic damage, this is based on your strength, is the amount of damage you do with a generic weapon, which we got that damage. Basic damage. Okay. The part that is a little confusing, active defenses, these are explained on page 98 for dodge. Let's go page 98. So, defense, we have dodging. Your dodge defense is the same as your move score. Dodging is often the best defense if you're not skilled with a weapon. So your move score, which is 4 plus 1, so that's 5. Okay. Blocking. You must have a ready shield, which you do, which you use to block the attack. Your block defense is half your shield or buckler skill, round down in general. Okay, so it's half our shield skill, which is right here. So that'd be 6.5 round down to 6. So our shield skill is 6, our block is 6. Parry. Hand weapons, blades, clubs, axes, spears, polearms can be used for defense as well as offense. When you parry with a weapon, let's see, that weapon round down counts as an act defense. Thus, if you have a sword of skill of 20, you would have a parry defense of 10 when you use a sword. So our parry, I'll just go based on examples. Sword, which I'll be using the most, is 12, so that's be 6. It's half the weapon. Okay, I'm just kind of rounding. Yeah, it looks like 6 would be, I guess, the most straightforward. I think that's it. Let's go back to our character creator here. Special skills. Yep. Okay, damage resistant advantages, which we got that. Reactions, weapons, possessions, money, we got that. Weapons, ranges, which we got that. Skills, summary. This box you record your point totals, which we did. Or up here. Sequence. What is a sequence? I know I saw that up here somewhere. This is the explain on the sidebar of 95. Skip it for now. Okay. Character development. The illustration is not shown on the character sheet. There are several things. Character stories, jobs, improvement through adventure, age. Okay, so wow, that was an hour and a half plus a few minutes of off of record. But that is my character sheet for. I don't have a picture or anything sort of on. I'm sure I missed a few things. I'm sure I did a lot wrong, but to be honest, this was really fun. I did like the some level of math involved, but I hope I got this filled out to the best of my ability. And like I said, I still have 9 points left to spend, which I already broke the rules going beyond double your age. Human description, which I probably should have put. Oh, description, you know what? Let's use that for our average appearance, average wealth, average appearance, 5'11". Let's do that. Average appearance, 5'11", 165 pounds. Okay, human and picture I'm not too worried about. There you go. That's my character. It's very average, with a lot of skills, I hope. And I'm really intrigued by the system to keep learning it. And this is probably the most complicated system I'm trying to learn so far. So I hope you guys enjoyed. And I hope this was you weren't watching this to learn because I'm learning myself. I hope this is kind of a level set for you to see what's involved, perhaps just a general experience for yourself. But again, I'm not teaching this to you guys. This was just kind of a documentation, a proof video of myself creating this character. So I thought it was a pretty intriguing process, and I hope you guys did too. So as usual, I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.